Hey everybody, it's Vivian. I have asked Karl to briefly talk a little bit about the ritual that's coming up that we're all excited for. If you didn't see my post, I've had a couple of people, well, probably like 3 people, who have contacted me and said that even right after they signed up for it, things started changing for them. So that was super exciting to hear. But I did want to, I have him here trapped in the car again and wanted to get a little more information from him about the ritual so that everybody could better understand what it is that they're signing up for and all that kind of stuff. I think it's important to note that a lot of us, myself included, we do a certain type of magic, and then other people do another type of magic, and other people do another type of magic. And those are what I call magical systems. So I do a lot of candle magic. I do some magic based in hoodoo. I do folk magic, and I think that's kind of what most of us do, where we see it like, what we see more mainstream of and stuff like that. But there is a completely different kind of magic that revolves around angels and, I guess, seals and pentacles and all that kind of stuff, which is a whole nother conversation probably. But as far as this ritual coming up, it is a 6-day ritual that works with 3 different angels that Karl will do a ritual with on your behalf. And so he's going to tell you just a little bit more about that. But can you, Karl, tell us, so this ritual is for abundance, right? Abundance in wealth, love, and protection. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
So can you tell us a little bit about how this works and the differences between what you're doing and maybe just kind of mainstream magic, and then also how it differs from the candles that we offer?
Well, this ritual is 6 days. Each angel is 2 days. So the first angel would be Damabia, the second angel would be Yeliel, and the third angel would be Patiel. Each one is done for 2 days. So it's a connective invocation ritual that I do, that I've been doing for a long time. So when I do it, it takes me a little while to do each ritual. I know I don't post the whole thing on a video, and I take a few pictures, but the ritual actually takes me quite a bit of time. During the ritual, each individual name is mentioned to the angel with what you need and what we want the angel to help you with.
That's why they include their names and stuff.
Yeah.
Petitions or whatever.
Yep, that's exactly why.
Okay. So can you talk just briefly, even though I know it's probably too complicated to go over right now, but how you do this connective ritual? Because I think what people need to know is that we offer candles that are aligned with these angels, a whole bunch of different angels. And so each one of our candles works with a specific angel, right? They have kind of a niche, I guess, of what they work with. So say you have an angel that works specifically with something like self-esteem. You have found a way to do the connective ritual with that angel, and then align that angel to that candle, so that when the person burning it is able to state their desire, their chant, and then receive what they are willing to give them. Can you, a little bit, how is the rituals that you're doing, when you do these, different than just doing the candle and then having somebody light it? Is it because of the connection that you establish?
Yeah, so when I do the candles, I perform the ritual that basically allows whoever lights the candle to state what they want and ask the angel to come and help them. So it's not specific per person. Whereas the ritual that I'm doing in a few days is very specific, that it's directed specifically to the people when I speak them by name.
Right. So is it really easy to learn how to do the rituals?
Not really.
Okay.
From my experience, it takes a lot of studying. It takes a while to learn, and then takes a lot of practice.
Yeah.
It doesn't just happen overnight.
Right. So in any case, in any of these magical systems, at the end of the day, it's up to the angels or spirits or divine that you're working with on how they want to carry out your desires.
Yeah.
Right.
Ultimately, it's up to them. They can see everything that you can't.
Mm-hmm.
So just because you think you may want something a certain way doesn't necessarily mean that that's how you're going to get it. Because if magic worked exactly how you wanted it, then everybody would be a lotto winner, and everybody would have a perfect body, and everybody would have the perfect life, and there would be no problems. Right.
Because I think that's really important too, and that's probably a whole nother conversation or podcast or whatever we want to do with it. But sometimes the answer is no. And you said one time in a quote that I have that basically angels are it's like something that we can't even comprehend, like as human beings. And so what we're working with them, and when we're doing stuff with them, like there's other stuff that's going on, like you said, that we don't even know about, that they're trying to kind of guide and help us with, I guess. Right?
Yeah, in an easy description, when you're talking about you versus the angel and what the angel sees for you and your path versus what you see or what you want, you can kind of liken it to Albert Einstein trying to explain the theory of relativity to a 2-year-old.
Okay. Well, that's very good. So, yeah, that's a really good analogy, because I think that, like, a lot of us know about magic, right? And we kind of know how it works when we have intention, and we have tools, and we have the divine, and we have all these kinds of things that kind of help us. But there are bigger forces going on out there that we can't control, and that we can't even begin to really understand how it works. So the point of this was to kind of just let our audience know that these are big deals, right? It's not something that we take lightly. This is not something that I think everybody can do without the knowledge and experience and studying and all that kind of stuff. And then you have been able to make these connections and transfer them over to our candles in one way. And then when you do these big rituals, they're just bigger. Like, I don't know how else to explain that.
Yeah. And, you also have to take into consideration that everybody has their own path that they're supposed to go down, and their own experiences, and their own life. So when you do stuff like this, you have to remember that you might not see results right away. It may take a while. Magic sometimes takes 6 months or a year or even longer. And sometimes you don't get anything from it because at the time you're not supposed to have that stuff. So,
and I think that's true, because I work a lot with spirit guides and paths, and I think one thing that we have to sort of keep in mind is that we create these paths for ourselves when we come here, and the divine says that it's okay, and you bring a spirit guide with you, and every time you kind of veer off that path, that spirit guide sort of tries to bring you back, and that's when life becomes very uncomfortable, right? Like you lose a job, you lose a relationship or whatever, and a lot of times that's because you're on the wrong path. But truly, that's it. Like, this magic will take effect when it's supposed to take effect, when you're doing the path that you're supposed to do, I guess is kind of how I think about it. But can it give you little signs or, whatever? Sure. Yeah, I think it does that too. And a lot of times we get signs all the time from the divine that says, yep, you're right. Nope, you're wrong, that kind of thing. But yeah, I think it's really important to remember that these are beings that we just can't even comprehend, that can see things in our lives, and they're going to lead us there so that all this stuff can start working for you, whether it's Karl's magic, my magic, your magic, whatever it is. I think that theory applies for all of it. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we are going to sign off, but that was just our kind of quick explanation, and I will make a post with this. Of course, this is going to close for registration tomorrow, and then I believe he's going to do another one at some point during the year. Something, I don't know if it won't be the same ritual, but something. And I will be doing a road opener ritual. I don't really know how necessary it is, but I'm going to be doing it anyway for everybody to kind of clear their slate. And hopefully that will allow his magic to get through better. And you might feel tired. You might feel a little bit more run down. All of that kind of stuff is normal when you are willing to receive these gifts, basically. Also, we don't control how it works, so just keep that in mind. If you're asking for more money in whatever, and you lose your job the next day, that may be part of that process, and then you go get a better job. So try to watch the movement and see the positivity in that. Do not start filling your universe with negative thoughts and anything like that, because we don't want to question things that we don't know about, and we don't want to fill ourselves with negative thoughts and then not allow the magic to get in. And I think that's it, unless you have anything else. No? Okay. All right. Well, we look forward to this. And as a reminder, he does not record his full rituals like I do. They don't try to burn down the house. They don't do anything like that. They're very peaceful and beautiful. And so we will post updates and pictures or whatever it is that he can do. But for the most part, he's focused on the rituals. So just to kind of keep that in mind. And thanks for being here, and we look forward to seeing your results.